This is it, people. Transfer time. It is it from today. News, rumors, wish lists, and everything else in between ahead of Leeds United's return to the Premier League. I'm going to be giving names that I believe Leeds United can attain upon our return, and that will help us in the short and long term. So, going to also be discussing news and rumors that are going about as well, like with Manor Solomon, the 49ers and their takeover. I'm going to get into that in this video too. I'm obviously not going to give like a whole bunch of names. I've limited to like maybe 3 per video, if that, just to make it, easy for you to digest too. You know what I mean? Can't just blow it all in one load, can I? Can't do that. But before I get into it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, drop your thoughts and comments below. Thank you to Paul, who's joined as a member. Big up to all members of the channel. And thank you to Parrot House for the super thanks on the last video. So let's get into this, because Manor Solomon, it was inevitable, but he does have interest in him from Marseille, who are fighting for a Champions League place. They've obviously been very impressed with his form and, more importantly, his fitness that has held up this season. And it was obvious he was going to have eyes on him after such an impressive campaign for Leeds United. The article states, I mean, they don't know for sure, but that his price could be between 13 and 17 million euros. Now, that is an absolute steal for Manor Solomon. So if he does want to stay in the Premier League, which the article says that is his preference, Leeds have got to be all over that. For a quality first-team winger to be under 20 would be sensational. Now, there is pressure for Tottenham to sell. I believe that Tottenham will have to sell to buy this summer, so that could play a part into why the price is that cheap, and because he's not required at Spurs. But that is an amazing price, especially for a newly promoted team. So it is dependent. We know that money and opportunity do lend itself to being the factors of a move, but sometimes your happiness can be there too. And Manos look very happy, but time will tell. Look, we'll see what happens with Marseille. We'll see what happens with Manor Solomon. If he just shuts down everyone and says, I want Leeds United and Leeds United only, that would be great. But there is going to be competition for his services, but that was inevitable. But we'll give an update when there is one. Sticking with Marseille, we've been linked with their defender, centre-back Leonardo Balerdi, the 26-year-old Argentine international. There's a couple of factors in the reports, according to reports with this one, saying that it's all dependent on Champions League football as to whether he goes or not. He is open to a Premier League move, and that is his preference. And Leeds United want him, have a very strong interest in him. Again, yeah, ball playing centre back, good with his feet and everything else like that, and would complement, I think, like a Joe Rodon next to him. But it's going to be dependent. And when there's more of an update with this one, if there's anything like close to a bid actually being officially put in, it's been rumored that 20 million is the bid. But when there's something a bit more concrete, we'll discuss it further. But if this one is a closed avenue, and this is where I'm going on to my wish list here, Fikayo Tomori, someone who I've mentioned on here before, and it's, well, very infamous for long-term subscribers of mine because I've given this story many times. But when he was at Chelsea and Frank Lampard froze him out, I said, when we was in our first year in the Premier League, I said, we should go all in for Tomori, man. If Chelsea are willing to loan him out, we should go in for him. And somebody seriously replied, but we got Liam Cooper. And it just, it will never, I think even if I ever lose my mind, I'll always remember that. But Fikayo Tomori, who's 27 now, could be available for transfer from AC Milan. They're looking to raise funds in order to strengthen their team, and I think he's open to a move back to England too. He's been previously linked with Spurs, West Ham, Newcastle, Villa. So obviously you're talking about big boys there, but 2 of those clubs are literally down the bottom of the Premier League, London-based, so that they may have an advantage there. But if Leeds United, this is where we go again with Parag Maraf and what he's recently said. Leeds United is different from your Ipswich, your Leicester, Southampton. If you can sell players like Tomori a project, I do believe you can get him in, especially if the other clubs are hesitant or don't believe that he's worth the money or hesitate and go somewhere else. I do think there's an avenue for Tomori to come. Now, I know this whole left foot, right foot centre-back pairing, that woke nonsense. Some of the best centre-back pairings have been both right footers. Nesta Cannavaro, I mean, one of the best partnerships ever. But Tomori can play on the left side of the centre-backs. And if you've got someone like Tomori, who's still tough in the tackle, but is more of a ball-playing centre-back next to a Rodon, I like that. It addresses your centre-back straight away. And I think it gives you a much more solid partnership. And listen, Tomori, I think a loan would be ambitious for Tomori. I think he might be available for what, maybe 25 to 30 or somewhere around that. But that is a very good investment for a defender of his ability. So for me, Tomori centre back, I would love Leeds United to be involved in that conversation. What say you? Someone else who I want Leeds United to be involved in the conversation is playmaker Martin Baturina. I mean, this kid has been like a dynamo, excuse the pun, for a very, very long time. Croatian playmaker, been likened to Luka Modric, very press resistant, hard to get the ball off him when he's in the midst of a dribble. Good supplier of free kicks, can get a goal, but is an out and out playmaker at sorts, but does get involved in tackling too. So he's not just like a luxury player in the 10, can drop back into the 8 as well and be effective. But this kid has got all the skills, and he's ready for the next step. I've read before that he's just waiting for the right opportunity for his development. What better place than to come to Leeds United in the Premier League to showcase his skills? If you haven't seen him for Dynamo Zagreb, you would have seen him play for Croatia, probably in the Euros or Nation League. You would have seen him there. But he is such a talent, and he's everything that he's small in stature, but he's not. Don't be put off by that. He's quite built guy, and he's very hard to shrug off the ball too. And listen, we need to be defensively solid, but then we're going to need someone to score goals or create goals, and he is perfect for that. We need to overhaul that whole number 10 position. Martin Baturina is one of my first choices. And there's for the business side of it, which sucks, you have to talk about it. You get him for like maybe 20 million euros. You're going to get that back and then some when he's eventually sold on. Because I do believe that he's got such a high ceiling. And I'm very surprised that someone else hasn't taken that chance. But that's where Leeds United need to be that team that go, we're going to get him. And make other teams go, man, why didn't we get him when he was just 20? Now we're going to have to pay Leeds 50, 60, 70 million. That's what I want. And I do believe the way that he plays the game can easily transition into the Premier League. No doubt about it. Very skillful, press resistant. Go for it, Leeds United. Again, addressing the spine. And speaking of addressing the spine, and so this Croatian guy won't be alone, I'm bringing in his international teammate and former club mate, Dominik Livakovic. Goalkeeper, solid. Just all-round solid. Very experienced in net. I think he's just turned maybe 30, 31. But, that's pretty young for a goalkeeper anyway. He's got years to go in his career, years. Not only is this guy commanding goalkeeper, excellent shot stopper. And listen, where we are in the league and where referees will see us, we may concede a few penalties, dubious or not. He is a good penalty save stopper too. He is good at saving penalties, which is something we haven't had in a while. So for me, Dominik Livakovic from Fenerbahce is an absolute must. I would absolutely go all in for him. And this is where I was talking about, where people keep mentioning people like Ramsdale and all these guys, where you're going to have to shell out big money. He's better than all of them. And he'll probably cost a fraction of that. So get him in, address that. Imagine if you spoke to all three of these players and say, yeah, Dominik, we're bringing in Martin, Fikayo, we're bringing in Martin and Dominik. It sells projects to him. It sells projects. So yeah, Dominik Livakovic, he's not going to be the only goalkeeper I'm going to mention, but he is my absolute first choice. It's not even close either. Top Croatian international. Go get him. Go get him, Leeds United. It should be an easy deal to do. Not easy, but nothing in the Premier League will be easy, but it's a doable deal in my opinion if he's willing to leave Turkey. So yeah, those are my first three names. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, share your opinion. But listen, speaking of our owners, the 49ers, Adam Pope put out this update this afternoon. Ex-Rangers chairman Dave King has told TalkSport that the 49ers takeover of the club is more than 90% complete. He estimates the deal to be done by mid-June. And look, I've spoken about this before. I'm not too too bothered about this because it's just another investment arm for the 49ers. It's no different than owning other businesses. It doesn't mean they're going to take out funds to then fund Rangers and everything else like that. It's just another investment firm. The only time we're going to really need to talk about it is if we both end up in the same European competition. And then that's a lovely conversation to have, isn't it? If we ever in the same European competitions, that's a nice bridge to cross when we come to it, because that will mean that we're doing excellent in the Premier League. So, or in a cup run. But yeah, so 49ers, we know this has been rumored for a long time. It does look like it's going to be done very soon. So yeah, I've zero concerns about it. It's just another investment arm for the 49ers. Nothing to worry about. And I mean, if people are thinking that they're going to take their eye off the ball, or Tony Bloom, who owns Brighton, he's going to bid, like, I think, 29% stake in Hearts. I think around under 10 million pounds bid to invest in Hearts. Does that mean he's going to take his eye off the ball for Brighton? No, it just means it's another thing for him to invest in. And I'm sure if Brighton and Hearts are ever in the same European competition, he'll also cross that bridge when it comes to it. I think Marinakis at Nottingham Forest has had to step back because Forest and I can't remember who his Turkish team is. It's slipping me. Oh, Greek team, I should say. I can't remember their name. But is the Greek team that he owns as well. There may be a conflict there, so he's had to step back. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But it doesn't mean that your owners are just going to focus on one. There'll be other people taking care of Rangers also, like there are people taking care of Leeds United. So, people, that is the video for today. Like I say, get your thoughts in, run the likes up as well. Really does help out the channel. And yeah, we'll be back with another one, with another wish list video and more rumors that will inevitably make the rounds, because this is silly season now. It's transfer season. Leeds United back in the Prem. We're going to be linked to probably everyone in the world right now. But yeah, it's good to do these kind of videos rather than thinking about who we can get in our third year down in the Championship while worrying about selling Ethan Ampadu and Tanaka, isn't it? But listen, people, like the video before you go, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.